Hey everyone, the new best graveyard deck is here and better with the vines. The Evo Witch, Ice Wizard, and Goblin Hut provide a stone wall defense, while the graveyard plus vines are able to take towers easily. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to play this deck. Overall, this deck is quite easy to play, but if you're new or just learning this deck, this video is for you. First thing to note is the triangle defense. This is a super common defense tactic used across all control decks and any deck that has a building. To set this up, you want your building in the middle with the correct placement, the ranged troop on the outside edge, and the mini tank up front to create a triangle. This way, your opponent can only use their big spell on one of your cards. Later on, in Double Elixir, I like to also include another ranged troop on the other lane behind the building, or right in front of the king tower. The next thing is spell damage. At level 15, your poison does 272 crown tower damage while vines does 110, meaning you'll deal 382 crown tower damage altogether. Well, next up is how do you actually win the game? Once you defend and get a counter push or have a big elixir lead, go for graveyards. But here's the thing, you don't even need to tank for your graveyard because you have vines. Play graveyard, vines everything, and watch it get a bunch of damage. Along with this overpowered strat, the Evo Witch's heals make it basically immortal, and oftentimes it'll get a lot more value than it should. This deck got me to 15,000 trophies this season without losing a single game this way. Okay, next is against other graveyards. In a mirror matchup or semi-mirror matchup, you want to prevent your opponent's troops from crossing the bridge to tank for their graveyards, and you need to get valuable poisons constantly and pressure until you overwhelm your opponent and win. If it's like a direct mirror matchup, I would say the winner is determined by about 40% skill and 60% chance, but most of the time the player who gets the better poisons wins the game. And against like normal splashyard, like the classic splashyard, it's pretty easy to win because there's no good way to kill the Evo Witch for them. So as long as you have your Evo Witch on the field, it's just constantly going to get value, and you can use that in your counter push to eventually overwhelm your opponent and win. Okay, lastly, to show you how good this deck is, this is a game I played around 1 week after the new season in Grand Champion, and my opponent, for context, has a fully maxed out deck with both evolutions, so every card is level 15, and I didn't fully upgrade this deck yet, so my Goblin Hut is level 14, my Witch is level 14, and my Witch is the normal Witch, like no Evo. It's just the really bad basic Witch. But it doesn't really matter. The deck's defensive power is so good that there's nothing my opponent could do, since Goblin Hut is way tankier than Tombstone, and I've been kind of used to using Tombstone in the classic splashyard. It feels a lot easier to deal with tanky win conditions like Royal Giant, and the vines make every graveyard force out a lot more responses from my opponent than they want to. Using those triangle defenses and graveyard plus vines, eventually the game was settled, with the opponent having no way of breaking through the defense, and we take the win. I hope you enjoyed the video. I wish you lots of success climbing ladder. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.